So, what's at the stop sign? It's not a stop sign. It's an octagon. Yeah? No. Look closer.
Welcome back to Jam Pack.
Hey, I'm Joe.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Matt.
And we're playing Project Octopath Traveler.
Yes!
We got an early copy, boys.
Early fucking
Early
access!
I'm so hyped, though. Oh my god.
When does it come out?
Like, this Friday?
Yeah.
What?
Tomorrow. It comes out tomorrow.
Wait.
Today is the 12th, and it comes out the
11th.
13th, I believe.
Today's the 11th.
Today's the 11th. It's
Today's-
Wednesday. I forgot today was Wednesday.
What year is it?
Oh god, did we get our free Slurpees from 7-Eleven today?
I did not.
I didn't.
because
I didn't. It's not really worth it because
Yeah.
you just get a really small Slurpee and you just stand in an awful line.
Oh.
And everybody's just getting free Slurpees and you're just like, nah.
I mean, it's cool if you got it.
oh, for sure.
I'd
If you're
rather-
out and about,
Slurp 'em if you got them.
yeah.
I
I don't know how I feel about that one. If you like it, just post to Jam Pack hashtag slurp 'em if you got 'em.
if you got-
I want that to be like the tag for either like Slurpees or just some like one of those Willy Wonka type candies where it's just like it's a gummy straw and it's filled with jelly. You slurp it up. You hashtag slurp 'em if you got 'em, boys.
that
Sound like
sounds
fucking Rick.
exactly like one.
A
You
little
sound
bit,
like
a
Rick.
little bit,
But I
a
think
little
that's the
bit,
kind
a
of
little
voice
bit.
that would go for that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean it's just the kind of like a rambly voice. It's
The rambling like,
it's
whoa!
just such an easy voice to like do an impression of because it's so different.
Yes.
I guess from
Yeah,
what
no,
you
I get
usually
you. I
hear.
get you. Yeah.
So it's easy to kind of slip back in that, kind of the way I did with a bunch of Brad Neely, like bits.
Okay.
For sure.
But yeah, we're gonna do
The Octo expansion of Splatoon 2.
Yes.
The first DLC to come out for Splatoon 2. Don't know if there'll ever be another one, but
I imagine it will be.
probably. This was really successful as far as I know. It
Really
blew
well
up.
received. Too.
Oh, we can get more money.
Yeah, it was a $20 DLC.
Oh.
It was 80 single player levels, but you know, with a sort of story to it, like in the way that Splatoon has a story.
Which is kind of, only kind of.
Kind of, yeah. And it unlocks the ability to play as an Octoling, which is opposed to an Inkling. They like have suction cups on like their hair tentacles.
Yes.
They're a little different. I think it's kind of addressed. That's kind of like a recurring thing in the theme. But like in Splatoon, you'll see that there's kind of like a history lore ish to the game, but it's not super serious.
Right.
Um,
The deep epic lore.
but yeah,
Splatoon almost rivals
Yeah.
that of Kirby.
yeah,
It-
almost, but
almost.
not quite.
I-
We can probably enter, but this expansion to me is probably one of the best. So like everybody's really worried about Nintendo doing DLC when they announced that with Breath of the Wild, and even compared to Breath of the Wild's DLC, in my opinion, pale summer moonlight shimmers on the seafloor, an octopus unaware that dawn will bring capture, rests within a trap, dreaming fleeting dreams. But compared to even the Breath of the Wild DLC, this to me shows like okay, Nintendo can make phenomenal DLC. Like this
Right.
is great.
Right.
This honestly is more than worth like the $20 value it adds.
It's essentially you're getting another game alongside Splatoon.
Oh yeah, Octoling. Up and Adam. I can do his voice. Up and Adam, you lazy whiffle waffle.
Wow.
This fight ain't over.
Come at
Prepare
me.
for a royal whooping.
Oh, that is literally what he was doing.
You. There's no honor in defeating an unarmed opponent, and you seem to have lost your weapon somewhere around here.
I have the controller right now, by the way.
Adam's starting out with controlling because the first levels are a little easier, and Adam hasn't. He has Splatoon, but he doesn't have the Octo expansion,
Right.
and he hasn't really played it that much.
I turned it on for the first time today.
When both of you were suddenly attacked by someone, and somehow we got marooned here. So, how's about we call it temporary truce while we find a way to escape?
Okay.
Where are my manners? I haven't even told you my name.
I don't believe you.
I'm Captain Cuttlefish, leader of the legendary new Squidbeak Splatoon. And you are? And this is the part where you tell me your name. By Kraken, you lost your memory when you hit the ground? Can't remember anything about yourself? Anything at all? Now, see, this is actually implemented, because in the other games when you do the story mode, you already have an Inkling character, but you're creating an
Oh,
Octoling
that's
character.
okay.
Yeah.
Which fetus do you want?
Yeah, it's a little cloney.
Oh, clone.
I'm guessing that's like the vibe they're going
Do you
for.
want to go to the girl or the boy?
I mean, we can do whatever.
Really
It
like
doesn't matter.
I do really like the girls like
Go for it.
hair.
Go right ahead.
Well,
I
you
think
could
that's
choose.
pretty cool.
They each have 2 different types of hair. I will say right now, the girl has like this longish hair, and then we'll see she has kind of like a what is it, like a ponytail type
Yeah.
deal,
Okay.
like bunish ponytail. And the guy has either that hair you saw there,
Mm-hmm.
with like the long single thing, like kind of like
A faux hawk sort of
like a
thing?
faux hawk, but with like a bang going down the center,
Yeah.
or an afro that is literally just a massive like mound of like the outside material of a tentacle, and it's hilarious. And I kind of I thought it was a little boring because it was just like one texture over the whole thing.
Mm.
Unlike these other ones, they have like suction cups and an underneath texture. But the afro became amazing to me when I saw somebody afterwards wearing a little hat, and it was just
On
sitting on
top of
top of it. It was so funny.
It's so funny.
But yeah, Splatoon is really
Is it
open.
like when you go to Tiger Game, you have the ice cream cup hat, you wear that on top
Yeah,
of
yeah,
you.
yeah.
It's just like the size of like that.
Yeah, exactly. But it's
I put it to my knuckles,
knuckles.
by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the size of like your hand.
Yeah.
Or not even like it would just rest on top of it.
But the one thing that is cool about Splatoon, you can really play as any. You can play as any gender or like skin tone with whatever hairstyle you want. But the game also just the thing that I think is cool about it is the game makes it super explicit, and it's just like, hey, if you decide that you'd rather play as like a different gender character or different hairstyle, different eye color, you can change that at any time, and it will not affect the game at all.
Great.
So like you can just change whenever you want.
I'm feeling one of these two. I think. What do you?
Yeah.
What do you?
I feel like either this or that. Like I feel like even the left one, like that middle one, is like. I think that's like the color she has in the promo stuff, like when they were first showing off the game.
Okay.
But choose whatever we like, you know.
I kinda
Like we don't have to do.
Okay. Like a nice mid.
Yeah, if you think that looks nice, yeah, go for
Let's
it.
go with that. I mean, I feel like the colors are kind of tinted because of the
Yeah.
clone juice.
And then she has these 2, like a pulled back ponytail with like 2 side, like bangs. I don't know if you what would you call those on the side?
I almost want to say pigtails, but
Tips.
Yeah, they're like-
but they look more like bangs.
Tips.
Yeah, foofles. And
I
that
also
one's
like-
just kind of like a straightforward, like curved.
I kind of like this.
Wow.
Okay.
My eyes are this color.
My eyes are what? My eyes are who?
Okay. Oh, this is just the eyes.
That
Okay,
was
I was
so-
only kind of zoned
Yeah.
out for a second while we
Yeah.
were doing this.
You can do. Again, you can do.
Do
Just
we
whatever
have
you think looks
preference? Because we're kind of.
nice. No, whatever you
This
think
is
looks
more.
nice.
I'm thinking. Am I the only one who hasn't played this?
I think
you
so.
are the
Yeah,
only
yeah.
one that-
Okay, so I guess this is more
My
or less
girlfriend
like
is
my.
super into Splatoon. It's probably her favorite like current game series
Yes.
going on. And
I like these green
I played
ones.
it quite a bit. Matt and I have both like played it like when Splatoon 2 first came out a lot, and then Octo expansion I played more. I will say one thing to note: your hair color does change.
in the game.
Yeah, like whenever your hair color directly correlates to whatever color ink you're gonna shoot.
Okay, that's fine.
You have no control over what color it is. Right?
Gotcha. That's why I couldn't choose the. That's why when I create my character, I couldn't choose my.
Yeah.
I'm like that seems like a weird oversight.
Most interesting. I noticed you were humming the calamari incantation right before you came to. If you noticed, there's a song playing in that initial cutscene. That's what the calamari
Oh.
incantation. Could it be? Has this heavenly melody been etched into your very soul? That song plays during the final boss fight of the first game.
Oh, I haven't played
The
this
Squid
before.
Sisters sing it as you fight the final boss of the first game. The calamari incantation.
My brother had Splatoon 1, but I only played like 10 seconds of it.
It's solid.
I mean, I know
Splatoon
that-
2 is literally just Splatoon 1, but better.
Yes.
It's a.
I mean,
huge
like you might like
improvement.
Pearl, like Callie and Marie more than Pearl and Marina. Like,
But that's-
but
you
that's
know.
really the only
Tomato,
thing.
tomato. At that point.
And that's entirely a personal opinion thing, really. Like, well, I think most people would say
Semantics.
they're like kind of like different and interesting. I'll take your silence as a yes.
Oh, sorry.
I've heard tell of Octarians whose souls were etched by those squidtastic grooves. But that was a couple years back during Agent 3's battle with DJ Octavia. Still, I can't shake the feeling that this is related somehow. In any case, sorry for sicking Agent 3 on you back there.
I keep on flashing like, oh, this is called the Octo. I keep on looking for the name Optimus. I keep on flashing Octopath Traveler.
Yeah.
I'm working on flashing that.
Well, I mean, you know,
Oh, sorry, I tipped that one.
any fan of the Squid Sisters is a friend of mine. I mean that with all of my hearts. Because squids have like 2 or 3 hearts. So. Now dust yourself off and find your land legs. We need to get moving. Let's find a way out of
Did
here.
you switch the motion controls off, Matt?
I did.
Good. Good.
I guess I'm the only one on this couch that plays with them.
You would be correct.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not that bad,
Yeah.
really, honestly.
I'm not even saying
They're
they're
not
bad. I just say I don't want to.
I just, honestly, like, the problem, like, they're only bad if you try to use them, like, entirely,
Look,
because
oh,
you,
wow.
there's,
It's full on different.
yeah, clearly the purpose that they're going for is just you look left and right, and then the motion control is for up and down or fine tuning. And so you just look around with the right control stick and you use it to like pinpoint where you are on the screen. Once you start using it, it's actually pretty helpful, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, like,
is there a running mechanic, or is it just this is how you move?
That is your
That's just
speed.
how you move. You can press ZL to go in the water, or ink rather.
Is this, am I going the right way, by the way? Am I supposed to say anything back there?
Yes. This is
You're not
the light at
seeing
the
it.
end of this tunnel may be a subtle game design choice to tell you to go to the next area.
What, the ink? At this
No,
one?
I was more joking that that's not very subtle. That you are going the correct way.
Was there anything to get back there that I
No,
missed?
no, not at all.
Alright.
Actually, what in the devilfish is this place? Proceed with caution. I won't be reading all of those as they come up because they pop up a lot. You need a key. You sure this place doesn't look familiar? But this mode is different because you don't actually have a weapon.
Oh, at all? Or
You will get access to one, but it works very differently from the single player mode.
interesting.
So you'll approach these like foot pedestal things, and that gives you access to a weapon. And you can choose that A, and now you have a weapon. You press ZR to shoot.
How's it different this time?
That's you just get access to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
Oh,
not.
that's not-
Normally in the single player mode of the other game, you always have a weapon. In this one, you get access to different weapons during different stages. This one is much less linear, and it's just choosing different stages you want to do. Yeah, and you have to shoot all of these.
You are getting the distance from.
Yeah, you'll get used to it after a while.
Yeah. Like, not too hard to get a handle of.
Yeah. Oh, to do just a little bit of backstory to catch anybody up who isn't maybe that familiar with Splatoon.
Oh, yeah.
Octolings, the main characters of Splatoon, your skid quids,
Squid.
kid squids, are inklings.
Squid skids.
They're inklings. They're like half kid, half squid, and they're just who you play as in Splatoon. But there is another race called Octolings, which are like the same
that
thing,
more?
but half octopus, half kid. And there are another like race that are more monstery octopus looking called Octarians. And in the lore of Splatoon, there have been the great turf wars between the squids and the octopi, and they're like the main enemies of the single player campaigns of Splatoon 1 and 2. And the old man you met, Captain Cuttlefish, is the head of like the Squidbeak Splatoon, you know, like a Splatoon. And he fought in the Great Turf Wars against
Wharf
Wharf Turtle. He fought against those Octarians in the Great Turf War. That's why when he fought you, he was like, "You Octoling, what are you doing here?" And then you're like, "It's cool, man." And he's like, "Oh, alright." But he has, let's say, some negative connotations of Octolings.
You'll see soon.
You'll
enough.
see.
Oh boy.
Speaking of what, that reminded me. I said a thing that
That
was
just
like,
pulls you closer?
yes, it brings you
It's
to
a
it.
grapple, okay.
As long as your ink hits that, it will pull you to it. Now, I accidentally said War Turtle, and that reminded me. Listening to the Dex podcast, it actually informed me a little bit. So one thing that's kind of confusing with Squirtle is he starts with like a little squirrel tail, and he gets kind of a
Because
squirrel tail and wings.
his name is
like
Squirrel
War
Turtle.
Yeah, and he
Which
gets.
took me until
Yeah.
a few days ago to figure out.
But he then he gets like wings and like keeps the squirrel tail for War Turtle, and you're like, okay. But then he turns into Blastoise, and he loses the wing motif, which was introduced with War Turtle entirely, and the tail, and he just becomes like a tank guy, and you're like, that's kind of weird. But it's because he's War Turtle. He's a War Turtle. Then he becomes a like a turtle tank.
Oh,
So that's kind of like
so they
motif.
switch motives.
Kind of, yeah. This looks a little sketchy,
So
but you're gonna have to check
Oh,
it
so
out.
you don't get to keep the weapon through all the levels.
His voice may or may not change. We'll see. I'll probably settle into something. I just didn't necessarily want to go straight to. But well, we'll find a way out. Sort of.
Is he making like grunting noises?
Yeah. He's like.
It's all the
It's the
grunts.
it's the
and-
yeah. It's the video game speak of.
I'll probably just do that.
Oh my arthritis. Wait,
That is significantly slower than just.
I know. I'm just goofing around.
Oh,
I feel like I'm in an art game. We just have a random phone, or like,
in an art movie.
What?
or like a part of a video game where like there's an ominous character in like an old timey kind of setting, like steampunk.
Yeah.
I just immediately thought of like BioShock.
You know what? I see what you mean.
Does
I don't know
anybody
if
want
it's an art
the
game.
telephone.
Huh?
Anybody want to take the telephone?
Greetings 10,000. Greetings 10,008. How should I say that even?
He's kind of like, think of him like kind of robotic-y and removed, I think.
Hey, fucking greetings 10,008.
Yeah,
Thunder.
robotic and removed. Oh,
Thunder.
okay, you're going for
Involved.
Your current location is Deep Sea Metro Central Station. Our primary function is to facilitate your journey into the promised land. It's changing a lot. I'll settle something eventually.
Yeah.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. As is in communication efficiency 12.42%, enabling contemporary speech mode. What is crack-a-lackin', home skillet? How's it going, fellow young people? Let us
How do
bounce.
you do, my fellow squiddos?
How do you do? Let us bounce to the promised land, faux show. I am bouted. So listen while I, slang not bound, you with the facts. We have spent your entire life in the dark. You have spent your entire life. Your eyes closed to the new hotness that awaits. The promised land, a utopia of light beyond your wildest dreams. It is that and a bag of cool beans. A bag of cool beans. I will take you to the promised land now. Not. Ha ha ha. Psych out. Only cats who have proven themselves can enter the promised land. Do you dig, dog? Do you dig, Doug?
Dig Dug?
Dig, Doug? There have been 10,007 applicants so far. The two applicant 10,008.
10,008.
Lube.
What?
Like lead noob.
Oh.
No, like Lubu
Oh, I thought you said
from.
Or like lead speak using like the 1 is an L, the 8 is a B.
Oh,
No, like Lubu
like-
from Dynasty Warriors.
That's exactly how
Cow.
That's exactly what I was going for. Yeah. Thank
I
you.
know.
Thank you for figuring out what I'm throwing
Guys,
down.
Adam,
You know-
Adam fucking.
My burning blade.
Adam loves Dynasty Warriors. It's his favorite. He loves it so much. Every time we're just like Dynasty Warriors, and he's like, "Oh, you mean Muso?"
This opportunity comes once in a lifetime,
I
y'all.
know the worst, stupid parent. Like.
Good
fucking-
luck and say not bound.
I thought of the worst fucking like turn of phrase or like slogan to put on a Muso game. Just like somebody who just loves Muso games, just Muso horny. It's so bad, but I could not say it.
I'm fist bumping you for that.
All right, I'll take it.
That'll get the ESRB
This is DT
involved
Metro
real
Central
quick.
Station, the Realio, Delio, Centralio, Hubio of the facility. That wasn't there, I just added that in.
Yes,
That's
A
fine.
little pizzazz.
Freshen it up.
Here is your CQ80 and
80.
Keep
going.
And
fine.
CQ card. They are so bad.
It's so bad. The Power
I
Glove.
love the power glove.
It's so bad. Guard them with your Lizav, because if you lose them, you will be error. God, his face.
Come on and ride.
Now come on, ride the train. Audi 5000.
Come on, run it, train. And run, woo, woo. Come on, run it, train.
Application.
And
Oh,
run,
that's
woo,
Joe.
woo. Applicant 10,008, huh? That's a beakful. I think I'll just call you Agent 8.
8. Oh.
This promised land must be the surface. I wonder how deep underground
There's
we are.
80 levels, isn't there?
It's almost like it's an Octo expansion. There's no time to waste.
I'm happy that worked out.
Come on, Agent 8, grab these new dealy-doos and get moving. I love that he's dressed like Gohan from Resurrection F.
Holy crap, he is.
It's so good.
Oh, I didn't
It's
notice
so good.
that.
Does Gohan ever use that outfit in Super?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
I think in the Resurrection F arc, yeah.
Okay. Does it use it in any other arcs or not?
He uses it while like trading Piccolo.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
All right. Cool. We'll hop on the train in just a bit. But do we want to do that?
Yeah, I think we should do that when we come back. Yes.
We come back
For more
Jam Pack. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Now that's my jam, dog.